Morning, everybody. It's 8 o'clock on this Monday morning, first day of the week, and it's the 14th of October, Columbus Day. Not really sure why the market is open. The bond market is closed. There's no real news to be put out as far as economic news. Um, Japan is closed. The rest of Asia is slightly higher, as is Europe. Um, Goldman Sachs coming out and raising China's stimulus led growth to a GDP of 4.9%. Not really sure that that's possible. Nothing that they've done up until now has worked, but we'll see. In corporate news, we have Morgan Stanley downgrading Caterpillar, and we also have Boeing laying off 17,000 workers, or roughly 10% of their workforce. We have a lot of earnings coming this week. Tomorrow morning before the open, we have a bunch of banks: Bank of America, Chuck Schwab, Citi, Goldman Sachs, PNC, State Street, and also J&J, UNH, and Walgreens. Walgreens in serious trouble. After the close, we have um, IBKR and UAL and the very important JBHT, JB Hunt. Uh, that's important because it is so heavily transportation oriented, and we'll see what kind of effect they project from the postponed um, dock workers strike. The chart on the screen is the copper. I'm bringing it up because I'd like to get back into it. We actually sold the calls, did the right thing for the wrong reason. I thought the market was closed today, and my concern was that with options expiring on Friday, they would basically, they were out of the money, and so basically we would have a 20% markdown every day for the rest of the week. As it turned out, as I mentioned, the bond market is closed, stocks are open. By the way, at 7 o'clock, the Dow was down 77, now down 88. NASDAQ was up 52, is now up 48, and the S&P is unchanged from its 7 o'clock reading. It was up 7 then, it is up 7 now. So, kind of a pretty quiet morning. When the bond market is closed, that's the way we tend to go. So, back to the copper. We sold it basically right here at the high. It closed at $1.05. The problem is that we had the calls at 47. We were slightly out of the money with a close at 46.95. But this morning, we are 46 bid, offered at 46.95 with a last of 46. And so when they closed at 75 cents bid and $1.10 offered, down here at 46, or let's call it 46 and a quarter, we're 75 cents out of the money, and I'm expecting that those will be below, the bid will be below what we actually paid for them. We took a 60-cent profit, a 60% profit, 40 cents on 65-cent purchase price, and I would like to get back into that trade. If we were to get back down anywhere near this 440 area, 438, 440, in this general area, I'd be more than happy. But we did have kind of a divergence. As you can see, the 5 and 20 day on the daily crossed over to the downside. But if you look at it on the weekly, you can see that we're actually getting set up for a longer term cross to the upside, possibly this week, certainly by next week. And again, support right here, right under this 440 level. I mentioned it when we rallied up to this 479 area that we would have a problem in here, and that we would pull back. I just didn't expect to see the size of the pullback this fast. As far as the rest of the futures, we have the oil down pretty strongly, down $1.67. Nat gas down, as I said, about 5 cents, has been down more. Heating oil down 5.5 cents. Gasoline down almost a nickel. We have the gold, which was lower this morning, down 740. The silver down 42.5. I'd also like to get back into the silver. The copper, as I said, down 7.5 cents. I'd like to be back in that. The stock futures, I've already gone over those. The dollar is a little stronger because the bonds are a little weaker. Bonds down 21/32 in the long end, and down in both the 10 and the 5-year. And of course, that lends a little bit of strength to the greenback, almost $1.03, $2.97. That's up almost 30 cents. As far as risk assets go, besides the stocks, we have Bitcoin really trying to move back to the upside. We have this downtrend line here that is part of what I think is a really nice triangle here, a little bit of a bull flag. As you can see, this orange line, which is the 50-week moving average, has held repeatedly, as has this area right around 59,500. So we were down there this past week again. We finished up on the week just slightly, but about 3/4 up on the range, and we are higher here. Looks like the high close in this entire consolidation is 71,530. If we get through that, wouldn't surprise me to see us go through this downtrend line and challenge this 74,400 and move it back towards the 80,000 area. Anyway, that's what I have for you folks. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Now that it looks like we have Screencastify fixed, I'll be putting out some more information on some of the individual trades. Have a good day.